The Accelerate Proposal Management System and CRM for financial intermediaries improves productivity, keeps all your client and deal data and documents stored in one secure place. In short, it reduces admin grunt work, as we're going to see as we look through the system. This in turn allows you to spend more time with your clients. It also has a full sales and marketing CRM, so it can help you to find new deals. So somebody once told me the job that we have as a broker, to be that intermediary in the middle there with all of the administration and the work making the funding requirement come good, is to make the clients and the funders both think that they are the most important people in the world, and there's a lot of truth in it. So to be able to achieve that, we need to get organized. And what our system does is it helps us to organize client quotes, document collection, compliance, proposal building, proposing to funders, task, call, and other action lists. And after a successful activation, it helps manage the whole life cycle through to settlement, repeat business, and hopefully recommendations. Let's take a look at it. Here's the system that you would see as you actually logged in the morning. And it won't take you too much to guess, and you'll probably be able to guess what most of these buttons do as well down the side before I even tell you. It won't take you too much of a guess to show that this is somebody's pipeline. You can see that this Grub Pies company here is after a couple 100,000 Sybils, and this company here, Tilbury Tippings, appears to have had a number of attempts, one declined by NatWest, and others submitted, and it looks like they're then splitting it down into the 240 down into which is 3 trucks, into others. So you can see at a glance, probably without even having seen this system before, what's going on here if you're a commercial asset finance broker. The next button down, clients, pretty straightforward. And if we just take this client here, for example, Accelerate Catering, we can see the sort of data that you can hold about clients. You've got the company details, so all the contacts at the office, or if there's other offices, you press these buttons here to see the other offices. The list of proposals, various profiling data, what bank they use and things like that, financial year, registration number. And then you've also got the files that are attached. If you have our email archiving system, it'll pull all the emails in a similar list, and if you use our telephone integration, then bring in the calls, and you can have recorded calls and click on calls to listen to them again if you wish. And then lastly, we've got company notes, so as you talk to this company, there will be notes. Then we've got a list of suppliers. If you do any sort of sales support, then you can have your own private suppliers, or the suppliers in this case, this chap, I'm logged in as somebody called Tony T, and Tony T has on his team somebody called Charlotte Burton. So he and Charlotte can see their various suppliers, but nobody else amongst the agents can see their suppliers, and likewise they can't see the suppliers or the clients of other people, as you would expect. Then there's a list of funders. So you can click on one of these funders and you can see what offers they've got at the moment and whether they do 10-year motorhome leases or whatever. And then we've got a thing called tasks. So as you're working through your proposals, you can set yourself up with tasks. And if you've got a bit of time to go call round, you can then shorten that that date range there, or lengthen it, and so on, to get to crack on with the tasks. Each one of them will have all sorts of details, and you can write the results of your call back in there when you finish. And lastly, we've got a quote calculator. So the idea here is that you can do your quotes within the system, or what many of our customers do is they will integrate with other quote calculators like Freehand or whatever. So I'm not going to go into the whole details of how to produce a proposal in this video. It's a big subject, and there's lots of flexibility, lots of options. I'm going to do that in a future video, but right now I'll just show you how the wizard works. You would basically either select an existing customer or add a new one, in which case you bring up a form, as you would imagine, with typing the customer name and their postcode and a couple of other bits and pieces. You then go through the funding calculator, add some basic information and profiling data, and then it creates your proposal. To be able to show you that, I'll show you in true Blue Peter fashion one that we did earlier. So if we look at this DAF truck thing here, this one, as you can see from the red that was on the list and the little red on the tap here, is locked off and it's been declined by NatWest. This one here is still ongoing. We don't know if it's going to come in, but it's gone into Investec and we're hopeful. However, we're not that hopeful, so we've started to split the deal up. And as I'll go through in the proposal management specialist video, once you've got one of these here, you can just click on copy proposal and it creates another and another. And every single one of those, you pick this one, for example, I haven't typed anything in here, but because I've got my documents, all my profiling and everything organized, I just copied that. And now if I click on this to send my proposal to NatWest, pick this particular template here, then that email is ready to go off to propose it. I can bring in any particular files that I want, company statements and various other bits and pieces. It's already mail merged with how much is wanted and the 3 DAF trucks and whatever. It's got this code in so that any email coming back will come back and be archived within the system. And then I can either say I want to send this message to this one recipient now, in other words, it'll go off from our servers, or if you want to send it using your local Outlook system, you can press that button and all this and all the files will be fed into your local Outlook and it can go from your local Outlook. Either way, it goes from obviously the name of the logged in user or your name, so it's all pretty clear where it's come from. So that is a very, very quick overview of the system. As I said, we're going to have 4 or 5 more videos which you can have a look at. One is a detailed create a proposal and how to process it. The second is the life cycle of a proposal afterwards. So the idea of having alerts which would remind you that somebody is 2 weeks into it and that you can call them up and see how they're doing. Maybe you've got a process in your business 3 months before settlement. Let's say you phone up to see what's going to happen at the end of it and whether you can either find another funding requirement then, or maybe do something with the asset with them. Lastly, we're doing stuff on document template creation because we have a very powerful document template producer so that you can automatically make the letters that go out to remind clients that they're supposed to be sending you certain documents, to suppliers to send you the invoices. You can also, funder side, you can create various different proposal formats which suit different funders, and most importantly, that funder invoice. So flipping back to PowerPoint here, to sum up, we have hopefully worked on all the details so you don't have to. Most importantly, the system has thousands of parameters and templates that can be customized by you or by our consultants. That way it can fit the way you do business. If you would like to learn more, there are others explainers videos, and you can always call us for an informal discussion. Email us or drop into our offices if you're nearby for a chat over a cuppa. Thank you for your time.